Namaste everyone. I'm very happy to be here and to see the youngsters who are working constantly to make this event successful. Our country, the Bharat, has a great history of child heroes. There is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, an immense, he is a subject of pride and inspiration. At the age of just 14, he establishes Hindavi Swaraj. There are many personalities like him. Sant Dhaneshwar writes commentary on Bhagavad Gita at the age of just 16. There is Ashtavakra, Upamanyu, Abhimanyu, and many. When I read and study about them, a question comes in my mind: what was the driving force behind the success? I'm a traveler like Arpit. I'm also a traveler, so I traveled a lot. I have traveled the present Bharat. Purposely, I'm using this word, present Bharat, on a motorbike in 2010, and that journey was without having a single rupee in my pocket. And I covered 21,000 kilometers just to experience the real Bharat. After that, I came to know there is a concept called Brihattar Bharat. So I traveled all the neighboring countries to know the ancient roots of Bharat. And after studying, visiting temples, reading the Tamrapatras and Shilalik, I came to know that Bharat was so rich. Again, the same question: what was the reason? And when I think on these two questions, only reason I found is ancient Bharatiya education system. And what we are doing today, suppose Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj were born in today's time, and he wants to do something amazing at the age of 8 or 10. The parents would say, no, don't do this. Go, pass your 10th exam, then do some graduation, some diploma course, some degree course, get the certificate. Until he's getting 20, we will send him to the schools, some different courses, and we would tell him, don't do anything. And when he turns 30, we would say, please do something. That's how we are working today. So when I got the children and they reached at a certain age, I decided that they will learn in a Gurukul. So I was searching for the Gurukul and I couldn't find one. So that time I was running an IT company and tourism company. So I stopped everything. And I decided that I have a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, so I will spend 10 years for my own children. And that's how I relocated from Pune city to my farmland. We built a small hut and started living there. Started enjoying. Full day we would explore the river, we will play with the cows, we will stay with them, doing farming activities, and every day we would follow the same schedule. And whenever I get free time, I would chant some shlokas from Bhagavad Gita, sing abhangas of Sant Tukaram, ovis, some poems, and the children would get attracted because of that singing, that music, and they would come to me and they would ask what you are doing, and that time we will exchange the thoughts. One day, a sadhu walks in our home, and after doing all the rituals, he asks my child, who is just 4 years of age, do you know any shlokas? And the child doesn't know what the word shloka mean. So he looks at me and I said, beta, what we chant every day, that is called shloka. And the child starts chanting many shlokas from Bhagavad Gita, and that day we came to know he has memorized entire Bhagavad Gita within 1 month at the age of 4. And that was something shocking for us. And till that time my wife, I have done love marriage. So my wife was in an opposition party. Whatever I was doing, she used to oppose. Oh, this is not a good way to teach and educate our children. And her dream was, our children should learn in one of the best schools of Bharat. So by seeing this, she got inspired. And opposition joined the ruling party to create the history, and that's how the Gurukula was started. So in the initial days, we were not having any schedule, no syllabus, no classroom. Whatever room we had, that was not sufficient to live in because we admitted 30 children in our home. So, full day we would spend in the nature. And when we spend quality time with the nature, nature teaches us. That's why our ancestors, the rishis, sadhus, they used to live in the forest. Because that is the thing which helps to understand yourself, to understand your swadharma. So our school, that time the Gurukul, it was just free, doing nothing from morning till evening. We just spend time with each other. And that is what we call Guru Shishya tradition. In our culture, we learn through traditions. So tradition is very important aspect of learning various things. In Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, Shri Krishna says, Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu. He uses the word called parampara, that is tradition. And if we break the tradition, the knowledge would be destroyed. So, we started learning through this Guru Shishya tradition, just being together. That is more than enough. We never teach, we just share. And that's why children has full freedom. So, after passing 2-3 months, we got amazing results. Children who joined us and they were struggling with literacy, they started reading and writing fluently within 1 or 2 months. Some children, they were mentally challenged. So they came to us, and after 2 months, they were completely cured. One incident, one experience I share everywhere, one of the child, he was a youngster, at the age of 20, he joined the Gurukul. And before coming to us, he was living in a rehab center for 4 years. He was fully addicted to mobile, and he destroyed his life. So every doctor said he would never come back. Now he has to live in rehab center. So this boy comes to us, and within 6 months, he is completely cured. He's just like a normal boy. And now he is pursuing his 3rd year in computer course, and he is one of the topper students in Pune city. So that was the result. And by seeing all these results, we thought that we should have some syllabus. So we came up with some plans that we should have some syllabus, and that syllabus should be, we have a pre-designed syllabus. So what is that pre-design? There are certain subjects which everyone should learn. For example, knowing ourselves, knowing the body, our manners and etiquettes, hygiene. So this is called pre-designed syllabus. We teach by using innovative ways, and then we have required syllabus. What is required to live a proper and dynamic life? That we should have the knowledge of every basic things. Suppose commerce. I'm running a Gurukul and everyone asks me a question, by studying in Gurukul, how your children would compete with other students? Everyone asks this same question. So if you study the required topics, that means we study commerce. Now, in our Gurukul, the 10-year child is studying the syllabus of 11th commerce. That is their syllabus. So they study organization of commerce, they study accountancy, because that is required subject. They study mathematics. So this is required syllabus. Then we have something interesting called unplanned syllabus. Whatever children thinks, whatever they will come up with different ideas, that would be the syllabus, and that would go for weeks. Just few days back, I was traveling with our children, and one of the child looks at a water tanker, and he asked me a question, why the lid of water tanker is always open? And he says, I have observed more than 10 water tankers, and the water is flowing out. What is the reason? And I told him, to understand this, you have to understand little about physics. In Marathi, physics is called Bhautika Shastra. So I used the word Bhautika Shastra, and the child hears it Bhavatika Shastra. That's a difference. And Bhavati means surrounding. And children thinks that Guruji has told us to learn whatever is around us. And from next day, they takes the notebook, pen, and goes around for next 10 days. They were noting down, first day they noted down 200 names of the shops, categorized it, that beauty shops are different, repairing, maintenance, mobile shops, medical shops. They did it their own. So that is unplanned syllabus, and I would just guide them, help them wherever it is required. So that is unplanned syllabus. And the most important part of our syllabus is self-defense, Shastra Vidya. If we have lot of knowledge and if we don't know this particular subject, then the entire knowledge is not important or not useful. So we have syllabus for self-protection. That is the primary syllabus. Every child should know how to defend ourselves, how to protect others, how to protect our culture, and if there is a time, how to fight against mighty enemies like Chhatrapati Shivaji did at the age of 10 and 15. So that is the topic. And then we never force children, we gave them freedom. And the beauty of freedom is children learn by their own. That is called indirect education. So that is our syllabus. And next, one of the major part of our Gurukulam is we travel a lot. So I love the presentation, what my previous speaker said. Travel transforms everyone. And why do we travel? There are three purposes. One of the main purpose is to meet great people. Again, Bhagavad Gita, for Sri Krishna says, Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Meet the great people, ask them question, interact with them, and then only they will reveal the knowledge. So we travel to meet the great people. It's not a picnic. That is our first motto. Second thing, we travel to learn the history. Very sad to say this, in our history books, the authentic history is missing. So we travel, we live at that particular place, we visit the locals, we stay with them, we eat with them, we learn their languages, we understand their culture, and that's how we get connected to the different parts of Bharat. Last year we covered 9 states and 4 countries. So that's how we travel. That is the second purpose. And third one, obviously, appreciating, understanding the real Bharat, that we call geography. We must know what is the real Bharat. When I traveled the entire Bharat, after coming back, I came to know there is a concept called Brihattar Bharat. Till that time, I didn't know. I was thinking only this political Bharat is actual Bharat. But the cultural Bharat was so big. That is the purpose of our traveling, and we are experiencing that travel transforms every individual. The essence of Bharatiya education, Bharatiya Shiksha Vyavastha, is practicing a particular language that is called the language of silence. In the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we study, these are our subjects, that's why I'm giving examples. So we study Bhagavad Gita regularly, we study Dnaneshwari regularly. So when we were studying just a few days back, in the 3rd chapter, Sant Dnaneshwar writes about the language of silence. Tu nishchalu hoya antari, you be silent. Practice the language of silence. If you learn to practice this particular language, it is the foundation for everything. And the purpose of education, according to Bharatiya Shastras, is to know ourselves. Koham, who am I? That is the first and initial question. And to understand this, what we learn, that is called understanding the different Vidyas and getting the knowledge. So we learn this particular topic called silence. So we started practicing it regularly. Every day we started from 10 minutes, and now we have reached till 20-25 minutes. So we remained silent. And one day when I was reading this text called Dnaneshwari, I gave a task to the children. Can you write some OVs on this particular subject? And I gave them full day. In one day, you can write one OV, one stanza, one shloka. And within 5 minutes, they have composed 5 different OVs. That is also meaningful. And within 15 days, the 8-year child has composed 250 OVs on Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, and that's a book now, 8-year child, and that's in a meter. It's a poetic form. So that is the power of experiencing silence, understanding the authentic ways of ancient Bharatiya traditional education. Silence brings peace. That's why we say Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Why do we chant that? Because Shanti is required. And when we experience Shanti, then we are the citizens of this universe. I'm not saying the world. That's what our Sanskrit shloka says, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That Vasudha Eva Kutumbakam, entire universe, we are a family. We live together. And to experience that togetherness, we have to understand the essence of Bharatiya education. And if you ask me what is the gateway to learn, to understand the Bharatiya education, I would say silence is the gateway to understand the Bharatiya education. So Bharatiya education has tantras, mantra, sadhana. Now these words looks like something different, black magic and all. No, it's not that thing. Tantra means techniques. So japa is a technique. Upavas, fasting is a technique. There are many techniques like this, and if we practice them properly, we experience the miracles. By seeing our impact, many people come to us and they would ask me, what did you do to these children, those who got cured? And I don't have answer because our daily habits, our daily routine, our diet, food habits, everything is different. We practice everything in a proper way and then we get the results. Friends, Bharatiya education is so powerful. That education system which created Prabhu Shri Ram, Shri Krishna, Chanakya, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Swami Chinmayananda, Swami Vivekananda, that system needs to be implemented again. Then we would see the golden period of our nation. Thank you. Hari Om. My pranams to everyone. Om.